So over the weekend, I sat down to do a little bit of carving, and I noticed that it just didn't feel right. I wasn't trying to do anything exotic, nothing that I haven't done hundreds of times before, but nothing was working right. And I tried to just put my head down and grit my teeth and bear through it, and it didn't work. Over the past couple of days, I've sat down several times and tried to make something different. Still not working for me. It's very, very similar to an athlete getting a case of the yips. I'm sure we've all heard of the golfer who just can't hit a putt, or the pitcher who can't make that pickoff throw to first base, or a batting slump, which I have my own experience with. Little story here, my junior year of high school, my batting average for that entire season was 0. Now, in fairness, I missed a good portion of that season due to an injury, but at the end of the day, when you looked at the box score, my batting average was a big goose egg. And it wasn't because I wasn't seeing the ball or making good contact. A good part of the time, I was hitting the ball well, but it just wasn't finding a hole. I've found that in carving, it can be a lot like that. I've made hundreds of Santa ornaments over the past few years. And sometimes I sit down and I know exactly what the next cut needs to be, and I can't make it happen. Excuse me. Back to my high school days. I stepped away from baseball in that season, focused on something different entirely, and came back my senior year. I don't know, I think I hit like 350 or something and led the team in home runs. It was night and day. Very similarly, whenever I've hit these carving slumps or carver's block in the past, one day I just pick up a block of wood and it all falls into place. I don't have a good answer for you on how to overcome this hurdle, but I can give you some of my strategies and things that have helped in the past, and hopefully it can help you. So, strategies to overcome a carver's block. Well, I hinted at it earlier. My first strategy is just to get away from it for a little while. Right now, we've got some beautiful weather outside, and I've got a yard that looks like crap. So I'm probably going to just put my tools away for a bit, go outside and mow the yard, maybe go for a run. If you enjoy golf, go do that, or do something completely different. If you like being creative but just can't carve at the moment, sit down and write or draw. Do anything that gets your mind away from carving for a little while. One thing that I really like to do is just focus on a different type of carving entirely for a bit. I'm not much of a bird carver, but I kind of like doing it every once in a while. So I may go downstairs and see if I can find a block of tupela and see if maybe a cardinal or a blue jay or something is hidden inside there. Anything I can do to just stay away from the caricatures for a little while is going to help. So one of my most commonly used strategies for overcoming a carver's block is a practice stick. Right now, I am really, really struggling making my eyes. I can't explain why, but I am. So I'm going to sit down and do nothing but carve eye after eye after eye until I feel 100% confident in that particular feature again. Now, if your block is stemming from eyes, definitely do this. Or if it's any other body part, sit down with a practice stick and work that out before you try to tackle the full piece. One area that I really struggle with caricature carving is hands. And so when I get done with this eye stick, when I feel confident in them again, that's probably going to be my next step. Is to just carve hand after hand after hand until I feel like I have a firm grasp on those. No pun intended. But doing these practice sticks means absolutely no pressure. If I screw these eyes up, they're going to go in the fire pit just the same as my best ones. So I'm not worried about messing up that piece that a customer has asked for. I'm not worried about, it's crunch time and I need to get the final cuts on that piece done before I enter it into a show. No, this is just carving, just for the pure enjoyment of making wood chips. Nobody will ever see this, and nobody will ever care how good they are. So I can sit here and make these eyes over and over again without really worrying about the results. And in doing that, I'm working on that muscle memory so that when it really does matter, when I feel like I can tackle that larger piece, when it's time to actually put it all together, I know and have full confidence that I'll be able to make it work. But until I have that confidence, I'm going to stay away from those larger pieces. And I'm just going to sit here and make eye after eye after eye. So what causes this carver's block? Well, to be honest with you, I don't know. I can't tell you what triggered the current block that I'm going through or any of the others in the past, or what might trigger yours. My assumption is that there are multiple causes. Some of the leading ones are probably fear of failure, or a perfectionist mentality, or maybe it is some kind of outside stress or pressure that is bleeding over into what should be your creative space. Whatever that cause is, ultimately, it's a temporary setback. Going through carver's block sucks. It really, truly does. Because it is incredibly frustrating knowing that what I should be perfectly capable of, I cannot do right now. But I know that growth only comes through struggle. That minor setbacks, minor temporary setbacks are going to lead to long-term progress. And ultimately, at the end of the day, this is just a block of wood. What I do with it, if it's a failure, doesn't matter. I'll just throw it in a fire pit and forget about it. I have, hundreds of failures over the past several years. You guys have never seen a single one, and you never will. Because that's just kind of the cost of doing business. The failures will add up. No matter how long you stick with this, they're going to be a part of the process. And that's fine. Because once you get through that creative block, you're going to see continued progress and continued growth because you worked through those struggles. So stick with it. Don't give up. Don't take up golf. Don't sell your tools. Find strategies to cope with it and work your way through it. And in the end, it'll pay off big time. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully next time I have something a little bit better for you. But I did want to share my struggle here, and hopefully it will help one of you sometime down the road to get through it. So maybe next time we'll have a tutorial, but for now, that's all I've got. Thanks for checking it out, and we'll see you next time. Bye.